Are we in here? I believe we're in here. So, hey, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. How are you? All right. So, thank you for being here. Subscribe to Blue Aura Healing, Guidance, and Tarot. My name is Kianti Ashe. For everyone who has subscribed to my channel already, thank you, thank you, thank you. I so much appreciate you more than you could possibly imagine because this channel was supposed to start like years ago. So the fact that it's even started now, the fact that it's even here, okay, past due, past due. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And to everyone who will soon come and will soon subscribe to the channel, thank you for being here. Okay, had a little tongue twister there, whatever. But this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you have not already come to that conclusion. Okay. So, the title of this video is It's Raining and It's Blessings That Is. Okay, so I did channel a message for those of you who did not get a chance to see the last reading I did, which, if you were not in that category, then of course you would not have watched it. I do not recall the last reading that I did, other than the reading that I did today, which was the Taurus New Moon reading. Okay, I did that a little bit earlier, channeled that live prior to getting in the shower, hopping in the shower, relaxing myself, coming back down woosah to reality. And now here we are, ready to do the Gemini reading. So let's get to it. Okay, so with the Gemini, oh, that's what it was. It was Taurus. Okay, so with the Gemini reading, all right. So for a minute now, you have felt heartbroken, okay, and it was in a way or in several ways, for many, many years. Okay, so at this particular moment in time, you are coming into a brand new energy, a fresh energy, and it feels really, really good to you. And it should, okay? It should. You have no room for error, okay? And I feel like you know that. I also feel like it's not the time to beat yourself up because of that. I feel like you came here with that in mind, during this go round, during this reincarnation. You came here, Gemini, with the idea that when you returned here this time around, you would do what it is that you had to do in order to not come back again. Okay. The reality of the situation is none of us want to come back here to Earth. Okay. This is just one of many, many levels, one of many plethora of, creations that the divine has. So we don't want to keep repeating the same lessons and keep repeating the same lessons and keep repeating the same lessons. We actually want to learn what it is that we're supposed to learn and move on to the next thing. Okay, so keep this in mind, Gemini, as you move forward. Okay, because of this trauma that you have faced in previous lifetimes and in this lifetime, you have kept yourself hidden in so many different ways. Okay, that you have kept yourself in a lot of ways from your loved ones, from those who love you, who are here for you, who are here to support you, who want to see you grow, who are, wanting the very best for you. You have kept aspects of yourself from these people out of fear because of certain trauma that you have, like I said, experienced either in previous lifetimes or in this one. Okay. So this can also be trauma that is related to loved ones and to family members. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the family members that you're hiding or keeping yourself from is the family member that, has done something to you, but it's just simple fact of certain things may have taken place in your lifetime, whether this one or another, that come out in your interactions with other people. Okay. And because of this tends to interfere with everything else that you have going on. I don't think I mentioned it, but just in case you guys do not know, and this is your first time ever watching a reading of mine, I am a work from home and stay at home mom doing the Blue Aura Healing LLC, as well as raising my baby and schooling him from home. So if you so happen to hear him come back from his walk, then it is what it is. But for all of you moms and parents out there, then you will understand. And for those of you who do not understand, then I'm clearly not the reader for you because, well, my child comes first. But let's carry on. So these are childhood wounds or family and loved one related situations, Gemini, that are keeping you from expanding to your fullest extent during this here incarnation. Okay. So I do feel, however, that due to family related traumas and certain situations that you have not only kept yourself hidden, but you have belittled yourself over a duration of I don't know, but it's like a really long time in regards to years. Spirit keeps telling me 10, and 10 is a really long time to look at yourself in a certain light or to feel a certain way about yourself. It could even be for the past 10 years you have been wanting to explore new things or try new things, okay, but you have been keeping yourself from doing it. Some of these fears are attached heavily to the family related traumas, though, okay? So, the old school saying did come up during the channeling that I did for you guys in meditation, so that let me know everything. I have a lot of elders, and one of the familiar older sayings and older terms is what happens in this house stays in this house, and you don't necessarily talk about things that go on inside of your household when you step outside of the threshold of the door. Okay, you don't really discuss those things with other people. You don't talk about what happens. You don't discuss your ass whoopings. You don't discuss the sexual abuse. You don't discuss the assault. You don't discuss the domestic situations. You don't discuss the drug abuse. You don't discuss the violence. You don't discuss anything. You just shut up. Okay, so because of this, you were trained to shut up. And the way that you trained your children and the way that you raise your offspring is to shut up. And this is now a new day. This is now a new age. Okay, this is now a new period. So because of this, things are shifting even within yourself. Okay, this could have a lot to do with because of the lineage breakers and because of the people who are here breaking these chains on our ancestors and on a lot of the elders and people who have come before now, okay, that your soul even feels elevated to push beyond the norm and push beyond the regular, okay? Especially because you're, sign of the twin. So you feel it double time. Whereas everyone feels during this Taurus new moon to try new things and venture out in new ways and start new businesses, and everything is brand new love relationships and rekindling of old flames and things like that. You feel it double time, okay? Because you're a Gemini. So, as mentioned last month in your reading for April, okay, this happiness that you have been feeling has been steadily building itself up. But because, like I said, of this habit that you have of keeping yourself quiet due to, what happens in this house stays in this house, you don't really speak too much about outside things. You could also, for a lot of Geminis that are married, be going through a lot of infidelity issues. You are well aware of the fact that your partner has been unfaithful or has been doing some things that you are not favorable of, but you're not speaking up on these things because of a certain way that you were raised. And you feel as though if a person is taking care of certain things and is doing certain things for you, then there's no need for you to speak up in regards to your feelings and your emotions. You put those on the back burner. But at this particular moment in time, your soul is speaking out and is rising and is fighting against a certain way of being, which is being quiet. Okay. So with this, you are waiting, and your soul is waiting and is waiting and is waiting for you to be willing to accept happiness and willing to break outside of the normal shackles and ways of being. Okay, you don't have to be quiet. If your spirit is wanting to venture out, is wanting to try new things, Gemini, which I strongly feel, even now in this moment, channeling the message once again, I feel as though you definitely want to try new things. There are new things that you want to venture out and do, perhaps things that you have never tried before. Like I said in the beginning of the video, things that you, like I said, would have never in a million years seen yourself doing or wanting to try. You now want to try these things. Okay, excuse me, guys. You now want to try these things. So you're willing to go out there and do that. You're willing to go out there and try these things. So do it. Try it. See what's what. Give it your all. Why not? Go out there and try new things. My eyelashes like trying it. I have really long eyelashes and they're trying it right now. Trying to go in my eye, but your soul is ascending, Gemini. Your soul is wanting to do new things, is wanting to try new things, is wanting to explore, is wanting to break free. I feel like if you were a certain type of way at one point in time and you have not been catering to certain aspects of yourself, then that beast is wanting to unleash itself. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, especially as we move into your season. You're like feeling yourself right now and you're wanting to break free. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, I plan on going to see my mom, who is also a Gemini. I plan on going to see my mom and my dad and celebrating their 15th year anniversary. and wedding anniversary, and I'm going to turn the fuck up, okay? I'm gonna be up in that cookout like it's a damn club, all right? Because I don't necessarily go anywhere. I'm always working, doing what I have to do with blue over healing and things of that nature. But I'm being there to turn it up. And my mom is a Gemini, my dad is a Gemini. They're both Geminis, and they're married to each other. So hey. But this is a time to try new things, explore new things. You know what I mean? Especially with this being their 15th anniversary and 1 plus 5 being 6, representing family, representing balance, representing, balancing yourself out. So if there are things about yourself that you have not been wanting, excuse me, that you have not been doing, that you have, been wanting to do, and that you've like kind of been itching to do, now is the time for you to step out and do them. Okay. Now is the time for you to do these things. So now that your soul is just waiting for you to accept it, are you ready? Are you ready, Gemini? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the monthly May reading now that I channeled the message that I wanted to channel for you guys. Yeah, that was it. The message that I channeled during my meditation as well as during this moment. Now we're going to get into the cards for May 2019. So, Spirit, any messages for Gemini May 15? First and foremost, thank you for everything that you have done, Spirit, as well as everything that you will continue to do, all of my many, many blessings, and everything that will continue to come into fruition. I see here, Gemini, that you are really, really, really feeling yourself. You're starting to see in the many, many ways that you are a magician, in the many, many ways that you can make things happen. But the problem that we're having, because seven of jumps. Wow. Seven of cups jumped out. I don't know, Gemini. You out here trying to jump off a little bit? I don't know. I don't know, Gemini. The part of you that's wanting to come out your skin a little bit, wanting to jump off. It came out my mouth for a reason. I'm just saying. But the Seven of Cups is all about having many different options. See there, Gemini? Having many different options, not knowing which way to go, which one to choose. Okay, Seven of Cups is all about having many different skills, many different assets that can contribute to a bigger picture, but not understanding which route to go with. You're not really sure which aspect of yourself you should allow to set free first. Okay. You're not really sure, but one thing you do know is that for a really long time now, you have been feeling like the people around you have been doing them, have been living life, and you've been kind of just watching everybody live theirs. And now we have this star card, okay, Gemini? So now is the time for you to be the star, okay? The star card is also about making a wish. So something that you really, really, really want to do deep, deep, deep within yourself. This is a goal that you have been having in mind for a really long time. This is also a really deep rooted desire of yours, okay, Gemini? So something that you desire deep within yourself that you have not been expressing, heavily associated with the Seven of Cups, because like I said, you don't know which one to choose. So if a person, and then, if a person has been going about their life, doing certain things and being a part of a certain routine and, certain types of things like that, and then now all of a sudden they're feeling like they want to break free and they're feeling like they're not themselves, it's kind of like feeling restricted in a way. So until you let certain aspects of yourself shine, or you let certain, characteristics of yourself be free, then you're going to constantly feel trapped. Okay. But now is the time with this star card to let that part of yourself be free. Let that part of yourself run wild. Okay. A lot of the time people like to pretend to be tamed, but people are a lot like animals. We need to be wild. We need to be free. We need to express ourselves in an animalistic way. Okay. That is why I like to do things like connecting to Mother Gaia, connecting to Mother Earth. I like swimming. I like being free. I like expressing myself. I like doing things like writing poetry and expressing the things that I've gone through and experienced in life. Okay. Openly and freely. And like I said, I love my mom very dearly and I love my family, but I've written poetry about them and things of that nature. Okay. So that just goes to show that it's not necessarily that you don't care about certain things or you want to hurt certain people, Gemini, but you have to be true to yourself. And if that means doing certain things or expressing certain ways of your being, okay, in order for you to feel free, then you have to do that without worrying about too much who's going to care, because those people who are really meant to be in your life are going to understand. Okay, I know that was a mouthful, but Spirit just channeled it that way, so it must have channeled that way for a reason. I don't ever doubt my intuition or gift, so take it the way that it's delivered. All right. Then you also have the Two of Pentacles here. All right, Two of Pentacles in reverse. So Two of Pentacles is all about balancing your life, making sure that all areas of your life are balanced and structured in all ways. Okay. So if you are working and you have a 9 to 5, or even if you run your own business, what still be considered a 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are, 11 to 7, 1 to 8, 9, don't matter. Okay, whatever your business hours are. You have your business, you have your way of making your money or having your income. You also have things that you do that make you feel free, that make you feel alive, your extracurricular activities. That's what we would call it, when we were children. Same thing as when we're adult, is still considered hobbies, extracurricular activities, whatever you want to call it. Then you also have those things that you enjoy, which would be the hobbies, okay? So you have to know how to break those things up and how to separate them, how to balance yourself. With this card being in reverse, I feel like I said, for a really long time, you have not been being yourself. You have not been allowing certain parts of yourself to be free. And now this is wanting to come out. Okay, this is wanting to come out. You have the Ten of Swords here. So there's a need to let certain aspects and certain ways of being die. Okay, you have to allow certain things about yourself to die in order for the new you to come through, and be who it's meant to be, which is clearly meant to be this star. You're meant to shine. You're meant to be in your own rightful truth, which is authenticity. Okay, shining vibrantly as the star that you are meant to be, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Okay, I really feel as though in order to be this star, you have to allow yourself to be uncomfortable with the things that you have gone through. Okay, you've gone through these things, and yes, you're uncomfortable with these things that you've gone through, but you have to now move forward. You have to know that you're worthy of moving forward, and you're worthy of this opportunity. You're worthy of this star. You're worthy of everything that it is that you want. Okay, I feel as though you have been for a really long time fighting with understanding and knowing that you're worth love, okay? Because we have the lovers card here. You've been having a really hard time with this, okay? Ooh, Gemini. Yeah, you've been having a really hard time with this for a really long while now. Okay, you have been feeling like you have to fight against everything and you have to fight against everyone, but this is not the case. Okay, the divine is saying this is not the case, and you need to understand that, and you need to be willing to express yourself in ways that you never thought you would before. Okay. I feel as though for a really long time, like I said before, Gemini has been fighting against the idea that they're worth love. Okay. The lovers card is here. So with the lovers card, we understand that this is soulmate. This is a card of soulmate connections. This is also the card of twin flame relationships. Okay. So you could, like I said, this could have a lot to do with a lot of Geminis that already are married or in unions or are very much so aware of who their twin flames are. A certain part of you is really fighting at this time, believing that you are worth true love. And this is because in ways you have not tapped into unconditional love for yourself. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. All right, but then you have the death card here as well. So it's time to allow transition. It's time to allow these things to transmute into new life, into new situations. Okay, I know that you're afraid, Gemini, because of your previous experiences, but now is the time for you to allow this love to come in and welcome it. Okay, welcome this love to come in because you're worth it. You deserve an opportunity at real love. Okay, you deserve the chance to get these things handed to you. All right, and I feel like the divine has been trying to hand them to you for a nice little minute now, and you're just not sure of how to receive it. Okay, hold on 1 minute, Gemini. What am I reading? Thank you, Mommy. You're welcome, baby. Ooh. You're welcome, baby. But then Gemini, yeah. So like I said, because we have Nine of Cups in reverse here at the bottom, and Nine of Cups is all about emotional contentment. And oh, look at my shirt. Tips on how to talk to me. Don't. Don't do it. I like it. But we have the Nine of Cups here in reverse, and then underneath that, the World. So I definitely feel like things are changing for you. Things are changing drastically for you, Gemini. Okay, here we see that at the bottom. We also see the Two of Wands. So you have a decision to make, and the decision that you have to make is stepping outside of this way of thinking. Okay, yes, you had a rough childhood. Yes, you had a rough upbringing. Yes, you had a rough past. Yes, whatever the case may be. Yes, perhaps with this love interest or whoever this person is attached to this lover's card, which we can get into if you book a personal reading with me, which I will put all of that information in the description box below. And you can also subscribe to this channel if this resonated with you. But all of these things you need to get out of that way of thinking. Okay, you're not willing to allow yourself to be emotionally fulfilled with this Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, we can also take a look at why that is. But here we have the world. We see that the divine is trying to offer you a brand new beginning. The divine is trying to offer you everything that it is that you've ever wanted, but it's a matter of you being willing to accept it and take it. Okay, so we also know here, Gemini, that once again, the wheel of fortune is here. So once again, the divine is trying to turn things in your favor, okay? But you do not realize that this is what the divine is trying to do because of your repetitive way of thinking, okay? And it's not necessarily your fault. I feel as though I had to slow it down so you can understand. It's not necessarily your fault because when you go through things in life, and you're used to those things continuing, and that's a way that you just know to be. That's all you've ever known is just chaos. That's all you've ever known is just when shit is hectic. It's all you've ever known is when things are flipped upside down and tipsy turvy. You don't know how to appreciate anything different because all you know how to relate to and correlate to and correspond to is chaos. But the divine is trying to turn this wheel of fortune in your favor. Okay. We also see here that we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about emotional contentment, being fulfilled, being willing to look out for others before you look out for yourself. So now being in a place of being unconditionally loving. And because you're unconditionally loving towards yourself, okay, and towards others, you're now willing and able to accept this unconditional love that's being presented to you from whoever this love interest is, okay? And at whatever point in time in your life where you felt Five of Pentacles, okay, Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold, now this card in reverse, wherever in your life you felt Five of Pentacles, you now no longer feel this because it's in reverse. You no longer feel left out in the cold. You no longer feel like, people are uh, getting the better end of the stick and you're getting the shitty one. You no longer feel this way, okay? So book your personal one-on-one private reading with me. Like I said, I'll put all the information in the description box below. We're going to find out what it is that you can do to achieve this Queen of Cups, Gemini, and how it is that you're going to step out of this Five of Pentacles energy with, because now we see that it's in reverse. We clearly see here that the Wheel of Fortune wants to turn in your favor. We also see here the will, okay, the wheel of fortune is being offered to you, wanting to turn in your favor to offer you the world. The divine wants to give you the world, but it's up to you to accept it. Are you going to remain in this Nine of Cups in reverse energy, not allowing yourself to be emotionally fulfilled? Or are you going to allow yourself to step into this Queen of Cups who you're meant to be? It's up to you, Gemini. All right, but I'm going to put all that information in the description box below as to how we can figure out what it is that you have to do to achieve this year. I am going to see you guys later. Peace and thanks for being here.